All right, we are on 6.
Crap. 5. Oh, wait, no, all right.
We did 5. We did the nonagon. We're on 6. So let's take a look at 6 here. We want to find the area of the shaded region. So how would we do that? I don't want to know. Yes?
We have the radius on the circle, so the diameter.
Okay, so we can do... So we would want to take the circle and subtract off the square, right? So circle minus square. I'm going to erase some of this to give us a little bit more room. So then, how would I find the area of the circle?
Pi 12 squared.
Okay, so pi times 12 squared, because that's the radius. Now the square.
Oh, I thought he was going to walk up there and start writing on the board.
I'm not that kind of person.
Square, how would we find the area of the square? We can do the perimeter times the apothem, or we can do base times height. Base times height, unfortunately, would not be 24 times 24. I actually would probably do base times height here. We could extend this out and make this one large triangle. If this is 12, what's the whole length? 24. How are we going to find the length of each side? It's a 45, 45, 90. So if the hypotenuse is 25, how do I get to the leg? Divide by the square root of 2. So now what do we have to do with those two values to get the area of the square? Multiply them. So we're going to subtract 24 divided by the square root of 2 times 24 divided by the square root of 2. I'd probably look at that and simplify it a little bit further first. Because you guys know square root of 2 times square root of 2 is what?
4.
Not quite 4. What's the square root of 2 times square root of 2? This is just 2. And so now you have 24 times 24 divided by 2. Well, what's 24 divided by 2? 12. So you can change this to say 24 times 12. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to.
Can we do 12?
So what is pi times 12 squared minus or 24 times 12? Calculators, you will need them.
164.4.
Okay, I'm not walking through like a. Okay.
No. And my label?
Meters squared.
Meters squared.
Can we do one on the worksheet?
Well, that one was like one on the worksheet, wasn't it?
Well, not necessarily. Yes.
Okay. All right, let's do another example then.
I feel like our conversations in these videos are pretty interesting.
Oh, she can delete stuff.
I don't anymore, though.
What?
Who has time to do that?
Hi, my name's Dylan. I'm on Tulma High School.
Yeah. Number 7.
That was Hannah Lisby talking.
Number 7.
Tulma High School.
How would we find this area?
Oh, boy.
Circle minus what? The hexagon, yep.
Hexagon.
What? We learned hexagon yesterday?
We learned hexagons yesterday.
Watch the video.
Okay. Circle. How do we find the area of the circle?
Pi 25 squared.
Okay, so pi times 25 squared. Hexagon. What's going to be our formula? 1/2 perimeter times apothem. So we need to find our perimeter and our apothem.
It's a possum.
You'll,
Part of Batman.
well, don't worry. You'll see. We're going to do it in just a minute.
It's a possum from Gotham.
So the apothem on the hexagon goes from where? So the center to the side. So that's our apothem. Okay, so we're going to draw that little triangle out. So here we know that's 25. This is our apothem. We need to find our apothem and our perimeter, so we also will be interested in this bottom length here. How are we going to get that angle?
360 divided by
Yeah,
6.
isn't the apothem 25?
Nope, the 25 is from the center to the corner here. So the 25 would be on the hypotenuse of our triangle. Well, we don't know yet. We have to figure out what it is.
360 divided by 6.
So to get this angle, we would have to do 360 divided by 6 because there are 6 sides, and we get, what do we get for this one though?
60.
60, and then we divide by 2 to get our 30. Well, it is, but they're not all, so you got. Okay. So if this is 25, what's our bottom side? No.
Oh, I was thinking angles.
2x, x, and x squared are 3. So what would be the bottom side? 25 divided by 2, which would be 12.5. And then our apothem would be 12.5 square root of 3. So to find the area, we would have to do pi times 25 squared minus 1/2. We still need to find the perimeter, but we have the apothem of 12 square root of 3. How would we find the perimeter?
And we're all up.
You could have done tangent or cosine or sine here.
All the sides.
Okay, so this is 12.5. That's just half the triangle. So what's the length of one side? 25 would be one side, and there's 6. So the perimeter is 25 times 6, which is 150. So we could take pi times 25 squared, and then subtract off 1/2 times our perimeter of 150 times our apothem, which is 12.5 times the square root of 3. What do we end up getting?
3 3 is 9.
Let's say this as an actual number.
333.97.
So 339 and 7/10, or 0.97 feet squared. Is that okay?
Wait, we could have used tangent instead.
You could have used you couldn't have used tangent because you didn't have the opposite side, but you could have used sine and cosine to get those two.
Feet squared.
Yep, feet squared. Is that one okay? One last one, and then I'll let you add it.
Can we do number 8 on the worksheet? Oh wait, unless it's like this.
If the circumference of the circle is 13 pi units, find the area. So if the circumference is 13 pi, find the area. So what do we need for the area? Pi r squared. So if we have a circumference of 13 pi, how can we get the r there? What does circumference equal? 2 pi r. So we can go, okay, well 13 pi should be 2 pi r. So how do we get the radius? Thank you. Divided by 2 pi.
6.55.
So pi's cancel, so 6.5 is our radius.
Now when you're watching the video,
So just plug this in.
I wish they could have seen her little dance.
So pi times 6.5 squared.
I feel like Miss Friends is embarrassed now.
where is he?
Thanks. 132 point what?
7
7
units squared.
units squared. Looks like that's all she wrote.
All right.
Or all I wrote.
I'm gonna find